Hey guys, Frank here, your virtual general aviation aviator, aka your virtual aviation aviator. And today I am in the...
I am ready for electrical power-up procedure.
Okay, that's my first officer talking. I'm in the ZIBO 737-800 and I am getting it ready. Oh man, why do I have all this stuff pulling up? I had told the system that I didn't want the bus, I didn't need the ambulance nor the van, I didn't need these sterols, and it brought it to me anyway. Generally, when you tell a computer something, it's generally something that the user did, so it's probably on me. But at this point, I'm just going to leave the extra stuff that I don't really need. But yeah, so we are cold and dark. Let's get in the cockpit and get started. Our mission is to fly from Memphis, Tennessee, excuse me, to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I started to do this flight with a stream, and for some reason, it wasn't picking up my microphone. And I almost did the entire, well, I would have done the entire flight, except for I decided, well, let me actually look at the chat to see if any of you guys have left a comment or if I have any visitors on the channel. And when I looked at the live stream, I had absolutely no sound. In fact, I didn't realize it, but I started the live stream while I was still getting the stream set up, so there was a whole lot of dead space in it. So, you know, I'm still working to fix those problems. So I ask that you bear with me. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. And this is Linda. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Cap.
All right. Electrical power-up procedure.
Electrical power-up procedure.
So, again, I've always said that
APU fire test.
I wouldn't do airline ops, but here I am doing airline ops. Since I learned to program the CDU, and I learned to program the CDU because I wanted to fly the Challenger 650, and pretty much once you learn one, then making the leap to some of the others is not that big of a deal. And I stream.
Waiting for your start APU.
I have a couple of friends that I sometimes chat with on Discord, and we might do a flight every so often. And all three of them, actually four, three, Don, Rick, Ron. All of those guys fly airliners, and you know, I was the only one flying a corporate jet, so you know, the ZIBO is free, so why not get in it and give it a whirl. And once I got in it and started flying it, you know, I realized that, hey, I enjoy this thing more than I thought I would, even though once I get in cruise, the computer's doing pretty much everything. So, you know, it's like I could go take a nap if I wanted to. Okay.
Electrical power-up procedure complete.
Thank you. And
Ready for preliminary pre-flight procedure.
Okay then. Preliminary pre-flight procedure. And while she's doing
Preliminary pre-flight procedure.
While she's doing that, I'm going to set up the flight plan and get that done in the CDU. So let's see, my IRSs aligned, and there are some terms that you may not be familiar with. The IRS is almost the equivalent of the GPS, the Garmin GPS or the G1000 for navigation, for guidance rather, in the
Park brake set.
Okay. All right. So yeah, they are aligning and.
Preliminary pre-flight procedure complete.
All right. Thank you, Linda.
Enter the data in the CDU.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thanks.
All right. So yeah. Enter the data in the CDU. Kind of bossy, isn't she? So I'm gonna go to this guy and I'm gonna switch and use a CDU that's over on my side. Turn on some stuff that I didn't realize was off and turn this guy on. Turn that guy on. And so I change the resolution and looks like stuff may be off. Sorry. Yeah, some stuff is off, or maybe it's not. I want to make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. I guess you are. Yeah, this is how the sausage is made. Okay, I guess you're not seeing everything that I'm seeing. So, alright, bring that down. Wow. I want to fill the entire screen. Trying out to be a challenge. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's see, yeah, the handle's broken off in the sink. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys, sorry about that. But I don't want to cheat you. And one more to check. And wow, it's not even picking up the display unit. Anyway, it is what it is. I will fix that again. It's amazing how you can fix stuff and work on stuff, and as soon as you get ready to use it, it don't work right. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Let's get these aligned. We're at Memphis. This way so you guys can follow along. And I've got a pad that my CDU is popped out to, so I'm able to enter stuff like this. Okay, and next page. Let's get this guy, copy it to the clipboard, go back and drop it here. Make sure that we got a close enough match with the stuff that need to match, and it's close enough. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do our route. And let's see. Actually, I need to import the route. So this is the kind of stuff that actually would be done behind the scenes. So I'm gonna load my operational flight plan and I'm gonna activate it. All right, so I got 148 passengers and cargo, zero fuel. Yeah, so that looks right, and it's active. So I got 99% worth of my fuel on board, so I'm happy. Um, so I should hear them starting to load the cargo because none of the cargo is loaded. Um, and technically, this is when these guys should be driving up, but not all that you see here. Um, okay, so I guess the these guys have already finished loading, but yeah, but I don't see the cargo on the plane. Um, Two different scripts, and they don't actually talk to each other, so that's why the carts are empty, but it's not showing up on the airplane. Now I hear some things outside the plane, so I know that the cargo is being loaded. And I think I got load stuff. I got the load on short as opposed to real time, so everything should come online pretty quickly. All right, so yeah, that's good because that's going to save us some time. All right, so I'm going to request this flight plan, and that should be already downloaded. I'm going to load it. And Memphis to Atlanta, that is correct. And let's see, I thought I was Southwest something, so let me double check. And I know you guys can't see, but I'm gonna double check here. Nope, I didn't put Southwest in. And like that. It doesn't take long to fix stuff like that, so I am gonna fix it. Southwest Air, and I think I was 1222. Flight 1222. And since I'm not really doing ATC, it really doesn't matter, but for me, it's just a matter of immersion. Let's see, so that's done. And that's done. Okay, I should get a message here. Got it. And let's go back and reload here. Back. Just our services. Cancel. Load flight plan. Cargo changed. And let's see what we got now. Cargo is at 100%. I'm happy about that. And now let's go back here and load. Let's see. I think I want to go to route, and we just all I got to do is request this route again.
Ground flight deck hose is disconnected and starting refueling.
Ground to flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Okay. And load. Still got the same thing. So something didn't happen correctly, but that's okay. Oh, there it is, Southwest 1222. Yeah, okay, happy. Guess I needed. Okay, yeah, that's the warning. And let's put in our departure arrival information. We're gonna be doing 26 left. Hopefully the winds hadn't changed. It's been a couple hours, so over an hour doing the other thing. That's 26, right? That's the wrong one. Because I know that Jerry, I don't recognize the transition, so that's why I was able to catch that. So I can go back here, arrival, and position. I've already briefed that. And yeah, so yeah, and I can activate it. All right. Normally in real life, I would have my first officer confirm on their side that make sure that we agree on stuff. Okay. So let's look at my legs. And yeah, legs look okay. All right. Let's get some wind data. And load it. And now let's go back to route. All right, and let's look at pages. Just thumb through the pages for discontinuities. I do have a vector that I'll probably take out because vectors require that ATC give me some guidance, and I don't have ATC. So I generally take the vectors out along with discontinuities. All right, so let's load the performance information, and what I have to enter manually is the reserves. I go to sim brief and I see my reserves is 5,314 pounds, so I'm just going to call it at 5.3 here to give it the format that the CDU likes. And my fuel is 15.4, which is what I have, but I always force myself to put it in so I don't get complacent and not see that I don't have enough fuel. All right, and I should have 30 minutes of extra fuel, and PLC extra 30 minutes. Yep, that's 3,000 gallons, 3,000 pounds. All right, so I can execute that and go to the N1 limits, and there's no need excuse me, to blast out of Memphis at giving the jets full power, which is 26,000 thrusts, for the lack of putting it a different way. So I'm gonna derate that to 24,000 thrusts, and I'm gonna do a climb one scenario. And climbs do mean something, and I've got a cursory understanding of what the climbs are. All right, so jump off to the takeoff, and generally we do flaps 5. I could do flaps 1, but I'm gonna do flaps 5. I hear the passengers coming on board. They're at 9%, so looks like they are loading in real time, so it's going to take them a while to load after all. I could go ahead and put in my, well, I always like to go to page 2 and put in my runway winds at this point. And there are 2 places I can get it. I can either listen to the ATIS, or I can look at what the winds were on my operational flight plan. Since it's been a little while since I listened to the operational flight plan, I am going to listen to the ATIS. So I'm looking for the frequency. 127.75 is the ATIS frequency. Come down to the radio and turn up the panel so I can see what's there. All right. So all this stuff, it may look, if you don't fly the 737, it may look fairly complicated, but it's just that you know, you just got to sit on the ground and do this stuff to fly the airplane. All right, so 121. Let's see what that was 127, and I'm gonna put it here in the standby and then flip it in. 120. What was that? 127.75. Yep. So 775. Let's get that in. 77, 75, then 127. Easiest way to get to it is go forward, I guess. I could have went backwards. All right, and then I'm gonna flip that in. Ready to come to is already on. So I should hear it. Actually, I'm gonna turn it off, flip it in. And now, get something to write with. And go ahead and make notes on what I hear. Okay. And I don't hear anything. When did you know it? This generally always works, but it's not working. Let's see, I am at Memphis. Go to ATIS. Let's see everything. Just look at ATIS for Memphis. Wow, why am I not seeing Memphis? I know I'm at Memphis. Let's go back to all right. I must have checked off the wrong thing. ATIS. Maybe I hit departure. All right. Memphis. Nope. I still don't see Memphis. Why not? I don't know. This is interesting. If I load this stuff manually, well, I don't see Memphis until I get the tower checked off. Clear. Tower. ATIS. Yeah, I'm just do all. I know I get it with the all. Okay, ground. ATIS right here. 127.75. 127.75. I'm gonna put it in active 1, see if it comes in. All right, let's check our volumes. Volumes, okay. And I just did a flight this morning. Didn't have this issue. Let's see. Speakers or USB. Co-pilot master is up. Yeah. Done. Huh. Oh well. That's the nature. Thought I heard something for a second there. That's the nature of simming, right? As soon as you're doing a video, as soon as I'm doing a video, something goes wrong. All right, so let's just keep going. Let's just use the ATIS, well, I can get it from a website, but I'm just going to use the flight plan that SimBrief gave me. So if I click on HEC flight plan, no, that's not. Why am I blanking information? That's not it. Okay, it's airport weather list. And let's see, altimeter is 2998, so I don't need to write something down now because it's in writing already for me. And the winds are 190 at 17, gusting to 26. Wow. It's pretty heavy. 190 slash 17. And I can't put the gusting in. Runway is dry. And get back to the previous page. And let's see where my passengers are, because I can't get a correct 88%. I can't get a correct center of gravity until my passengers are loaded, but I can go ahead and set up the V speeds, because they don't tend to change.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Okay, we'll do the pre-flight procedure as soon. I tell you, while she's doing the procedure, I can be continuing doing what I'm doing. Pre-flight procedure.
Pre-flight procedure.
Okay, so I'm going to set this up. Let me light this panel up so I can see it a lot easier. Turn. There we go. It's going to say now knob won't turn. All right, see how much contrast that put in here. So I got 146 for my rotation speed, and that's what I want here. And for my head, okay, it sounds like my passengers are loaded. Yep. So I can get the, go ahead and get the center of
Flight
gravity.
attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
That's going to be 5.75.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Okay, once I hear her say we got everybody strapped in, she closes my door, and I may not hear the passengers anymore.
Please check that the flight level is set correctly. Please check that the landing altitude is set correctly.
Okay, so the jetway should move away, but it may not. I don't think it. I think this one, for whatever reason, moves when I start to taxi back. Let's see. So yeah, let's get some information so that we can finish setting up stuff. So I want to go to the Abbey tab, go to the airports, and get the chart for Memphis.
Wind shear. Terrain.
And
Pull up.
I want the RNAV departure chart.
Airspeed.
And we are departing on the
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb
the BB
now.
King.
Climb. Climb.
Pre-flight
now.
procedure
Climb,
complete.
Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb.
I'm ready for
Climb,
pre-flight checklist.
Climb. Clear of conflict. Descend. 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 Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend now. Increase
so
climb.
anyway,
Increase climb.
depart.
Increase descent.
18,
Increase
right?
descent.
Climb
Maintain
ahead,
vertical speed.
180,
Maintain.
intercept
Maintain vertical speed.
153
Crossing.
to
Maintain.
Riviz.
Monitor
Top
vertical
altitude
speed.
is 5,000.
TCAS test.
So I'm going to put
Pass.
my top altitude here. And that head of 153. Yeah, 153. It's the head that I want to climb out on. All right, happy. All right, and go ahead and arm this guy. And she has the master because this, her autopilot side is the master. I want mine to be the master, so I'm gonna shut this off. back on, and now mine is the master. All right, good deal. All right, so I got I got everything in. I do need flaps 5 to put in, but I generally don't want to put that in until I get hydraulic. All right, let me uncage this guy. And doing her stuff, she already got us set up on RTO here, so that's good. And let's see what we got to do here. When she did a pre-flight procedure, then she will turn on our fuel, and she's already got our window heat on. She'll adjust our hydraulics and all that good stuff, at which point, if I can remove the chocks. All right. And so we're finished with all those guys. So actually I can have them drive away. Let's see. Let's hop out right quick. And drive away. All right, so, yep, there we go. They are driving away, good deal. So no need to watch them drive away. Okay. Yep. And so we got that set up, and she generally would change this to RATA, but I like to do it now and make sure that my spark code is in. 3715 is what we'll say ATC gave us. And yeah, now it's a good idea, and I don't always do this, but it's a good idea to run your steps. So I'm gonna do it for the sake of this video, just to show you how it's done. So right now, the map, the navigational display, that's what this is called, is set for map. I'm gonna set that for the plan, and when I set it for the plan, while I'm in the legs page, you'll see this change, and the word step will pop in. All right, that means I can step through it. All right, there's step, and right now I'm on ink, nick, iNick, whatever that is, but now the center is aligning with Rabiz, so you can see how that works, and just go through it to make sure that all my lines are connecting and I don't see anything that I would consider funky, and especially right here for this arrival. So I'm gonna arrive here, come down here, and unfortunately I don't have as much what word am I looking for? I don't have as much control over seeing the whole plan as I do when I'm in the garment. But I remember that the vector is there, which is why I got this line running out here, so I can take care of that vector, and you'll see what I mean. Let's see. It would be nice if I could turn off these this lettering just for a minute, turn it back on, but I can't. At least if I can, I don't know how to do that. All right, let's change this to 40. All right, so yeah. Actually, let's change it to 20, and we at rain, which is this waypoint right here, hard rain, yeah. And we're going down to cloud, step, swell, Kimmy, and Kiwi. Now, you see I got this, see how it goes out, and I needed to curve back around to join my approach. So I'm gonna take jury and copy it to that vector, and it's going to pull everything up. Get rid of the vector and pull everything up. All right, and now I got some white lines to say, hey, you know, this is temporary. Do you want to? Is that what you want to do? And I can say yes by hitting execute. All right, and given the way the plane banks, it kind of will help me accommodate for that. All right, and so now I'm on Kiwi, and I can go straight to jury. I know this is hard to see. Step. And jury, Boken, market, and Dija, and the runway. Yep, and if I miss the runway, technically I would want to climb to 1,500 feet and follow the heading and proceed on to Dallas for my hold. So yeah, when I say follow the heading in the INIC, see, I say that because I don't really quite understand what that means. I gotta, once I get the landing part nailed, then I can work on doing some missed approaches, and I would basically be able to fly the whole thing, even if I miss my approach. Generally, at this point, if I miss my approach, you know, I just let the autopilot take care of stuff, and my situational awareness go down the tubes, which is not good, but one step at a time. All right, so where are we now? So yeah, let's take this back to map. And I know my guys in the back, passengers are getting bored, getting yancy, so I need to take care of them. Make sure that I've got this, make sure that we got some air conditioning on back there. And the pack's on auto, and the APU is running. So yeah, they're getting a little air or heat or whatever they need. And just out of courtesy, I get them a little PA.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck. Welcome aboard. They're going to be underway shortly for the first leg. These three wonderful flight attendants, give them your attention as we push a taxi. They're going to give you plenty of attention en route. Enjoy the flight. We'll talk to you.
Okay, so yeah, that just hearing from them lets them, you know, will help. All right, because they often, you know, just sitting there. Which, you know, if you ever flown, you probably have done in real life. But now you get to see what they be doing up in the cockpit a little bit. All right, minus all the talking, so they can do it a lot quicker, and they know what they're doing, so again, they can do it a lot quicker. All right, now where did I stop at? Oh yeah, I want to check her landing stuff for the pressurization system, and the airport, and we'll be landing at Atlanta. And okay, KATL. Next, and KL is, see, I messed that up. Search. K at Atlanta. There we go. KATL. Did I make the same mistake? ALT. You know, the ALT. I guess it's the ALT. Atlanta, ALT. Let's try that. Why am I? Oh my God. I can't believe I keep making the same mistake over and over. But I got ALT and I got ATL, which should be Atlanta, right? There we go. ATL. All right. And let's pull these charts down. I'm actually getting the charts from Navigraph via my subscription. Let's see. Approach is one of the ones that I'm gonna need eventually, but right now, I actually just go back to Atlanta. Back. Shucks. I want to get back to that text with the frequencies and stuff that we just looked at. And why is that? Okay, there we go. So yeah, the elevation is 1020 and for the airport. And so we'll go 1050 for the landing elevation. And our flight level today is 350, so that's correct. All right, so yeah, happy. All right, and let's go back to our CDU, and we're happy with the legs, the route. All right, so let's put in our takeoff preferences, performance stuff. We've done that, so yeah, we are ready, pretty much got everything ready to do our engine starts and get going. One thing I do want to do is turn the lights up on this panel. I got a friend, Captain Winstead, who's building a Boeing 737 cockpit at his home, and he's doing it because he despises using the mouse to control all this stuff. He loves simming, but despises the mouse. So I can appreciate that. All right, and let's see. So I am ready for pushback, right? So that's gonna be before taxi, before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Right, so she should come in and get all this overhead set up for engine start, and then we'll run a checklist. All right. And let's see what she's doing.
Before start procedure complete.
All right, so now my fuel pumps are on. My
Ready for
hydraulics are
before
on.
start checklist.
So let's get these charts out. Ground services. Oh, they're out. I know I set them, so that they're out. I don't know why. All right, so let's call for pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
And we'll go, let's see, we want to actually almost do a 180, not quite a 180, but I'm going to come out here and grab that yellow brick road that you see right here, so we'll push back to right here and let them turn me, and yeah.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Voice recorder.
On. Set on.
On. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation and display switches.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
Normal.
Ready to
Auto.
connect.
Window heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments.
Altimeter 29.98, altitude 360, and heading about 1010.
Heading 1. Altitude 358.
Tow connected.
Altimeter
and bypass pin
2997.
inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, ground.
Parking
commitment.
brake.
Let's see. Set.
Set.
Parking.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete. Ready for before start procedure.
All right. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Oh yeah, we had went through this. All right, Brown, I know you're getting impatient. Just give me a little minute.
Before start procedure
Yes.
complete.
Oh, she must have turned it back. And okay, so just gonna release my brake. What do I push back?
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
That my APU wasn't ready for the engine start. I know I missed something. All right, so when N2 get to 25, I want to give it some fuel.
25 N2.
All right, and oil pressure should come up, and fuel is flowing. Oil pressure is coming up, and EGT is rising, and yeah, that looks like a pretty good start. Okay.
Starter cutout.
All right, starter cut out. Start number 1 engine. Still being pushed.
Starting number 1 engine.
And the same thing should happen. Should reach up there and turn on number 1 engine. Okay, N2 is rising. I need 25%. Three, 4,
25
5.
N2.
Starter cutout is at idle. Oil pressure is rising, N2 is rising, EGT is rising, N1 is rising.
Starter
N1
cutout.
N-
Engine start procedure complete.
N2 drives N1, so if N2 is rising, then N1, unless there's a gear that needs to be set up, then it has to rise. All right, so after start procedure, so she will
After
Operation
landing
complete.
procedure.
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
abort.
All commands and checklists aborted.
She heard after land. Come on. After start procedure.
After landing procedure.
Abort.
All commands and checklists aborted.
Oh man, why is she doing this? Do it manually. You know what? I think I'm calling it the wrong thing. Engine start before taxi procedure is the one I want. Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
Yeah, okay. Window heat. And bleed systems. Continuous and APU is off.
Before
All right.
taxi procedure complete.
Now I like to go here and turn the logo
I am
light
ready
on,
for before taxi checklist.
and we'll do the before taxi checklist, make sure that we got everything. And she said she wanted me to set my parking brake so she can disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators. On. Probe heat. On. Anti-ice. Wing anti-ice off. Engine anti-ice off. Isolation valve. Auto. Engine start switches. Continuous. Recall.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Checked. This is my recall.
Checked. Auto brake. Rejected takeoff. Engine start levers.
That's this. Idle detent.
Idle detent.
Check my
Flight control.
trying to kill the there we go. Checked.
Checked. Flaps.
Flaps are not set. Let's get those set to 5. And if they're not set to 5, then she will abort the checklist. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set them. I should have told her to set them.
Ready for before taxi procedure.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent. Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist complete. Ready for taxi.
All right. Ready for taxi. All right. So release the brake. Taxi lights on.
Taxi lights on.
And let's give it some breakaway thrust. one cool thing about the Challenger the Challenger 605 is I can get a chart on one of the displays. My situational awareness is in the toilet right now, so let me bring something up to see where I am going. I am at Memphis, and I need to stop here. I need to see where I'm at. Airport information. I know I'm going to 18. Let's see. I am going to 18 right. So I am right here. I'm pointed towards 36 left, so I need to go in the opposite direction that I'm pointed, and 18 right is here. Okay, so that helps. All right, so that means that I am going to make a right turn. So let me find the yellow brick road. And so you may ask, what's the importance of staying on the yellow brick road? Generally speaking, as long as you're on the yellow brick road, and something's parked close to you, then generally speaking, you won't make contact with it, so you won't damage the aircraft. All right, let's make sure we're going the right way. Looks like we are. All right, so we're going to 18 right up here. I got everything set up. So, guys, that may seem like a lot, and
Horizontal stabilizer trimmer not set for takeoff.
if you just getting started, then the way I tend to do things is I tackle one thing at a time for the most part. I tell you, man, Southwest, we fly everywhere. Now, one thing you'll see about my airplane that the rest of them don't have is this little red door, and I've got the only airplane in the fleet that has this red door, so that's how. If
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
If I'm parked somewhere with a bunch of other planes, that's how you can tell where I'm parked. All right. And we are approaching. It's going to be the second left turn. So yeah, don't see anything coming. And technically, I should be on Memphis ground, but I'm not. I'm ready to switch to the tower frequency so I can talk to those guys. And this is runway 8 right. 18 right. See, it's an 8 right, 18 right is what I'm looking for. Sure that they
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you. Memphis Tower, Southwest 1222 is holding the 18 right, ready to depart IFR Atlanta. Clear for takeoff, runway 18 right, Southwest 1222. Alright, so we got our clearance. Let's run this procedures right quick. And
Before takeoff procedure.
before takeoff procedure.
Tower, helicopter 160, Victor in flight, going east, Tower, forward target unit south.
Before takeoff procedure complete.
Before takeoff checklist.
Ready for before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist.
Should get my lights on. I can take
Flaps.
the runway. 5. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent.
Lights on.
Stabilizer trim. 5-7 units set. Transponder.
RATA.
Stabilized. TARA set. Before takeoff checklist complete. Runway 18 right confirm. I am ready for takeoff.
Me too. Take off. Set clock.
Set time.
Alright. Power up. Auto throttles engaged.
Stabilized.
Toga. Keep my hand on the throttle just in case I have to
Takeoff thrust
eject.
set.
Pushing in.
80 knots.
Go.
Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Yeah.
Gear up.
Flaps up.
Speed checked. Flaps up. Acceleration altitude.
Now, I think in the real plane, they tend to do a bug up call at this point and
Flaps up set.
bug this up. But since I tend to do a VNAV, I'm actually hand flying. And let's bug this up. 297.
1000 to level off.
And of course we go to departure. Where's departure? I'm not sure which one. I'm actually going east. East. Alright. Now I'm going east, but I was on the western side of the runway, so I'm not sure how that works. Since autopilot was not engaged, then I'm having to manage the altitude. And honestly, I busted it 5,000 here.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Packs. Approaching transition. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up. No light. Detent. After takeoff checklist down to the line complete.
Alright, so now I'm back on the plan. Okay, so let's say departure just told me to climb and maintain flight level 190. So, nice if I can have her. Yes, 190. Flight level change. Just so that my power will kick in. And I am still hand flying. I need to practice. Alright. Bug up 250. Actually, they tend to bug up only to 240. I've done better, but this guy, well, let's see, yeah, look at that guy. At some point we'll change the center. I have trimmed this off at such a point where I didn't have any real back pressure on my Bravo. All right. So yeah. All right, lights.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Let me set this for gentle turns. Seatbelts on, off.
Already on.
Seatbelt off.
Seat belts off.
And let's let the autopilot fly. Autopilot on.
Autopilot 1, on. Seeing the data for, I skipped something because my CDU should have speed and height data on those dashed lines, and I don't have it there. So I guess I'm at the match the speed height manually, so let's do speed here. We got 267. Okay with that. And height. The flight level change. We don't have to 190. Change the center. And for center Southwest 1222. Flight level 12.9 for 190,000. I shouldn't say for 190. They tell you not to do that because it doesn't work in other countries and make it a habit here. And if you fly over there, then you'll be saying 190, and 190 to them is not the same as is flight level 190 or 190,000. So I need to make sure I say flight level 190. Hey, a little bumpy up here, isn't it? Hutch, look like the winds will be 290 at 80, 291 at 80, and approaching transition.
That should give us a nice little tailwind. Having the first officer help me remember some things is like icing on the cake for flight center. Because generally, the PIC is responsible
transition altitude
for everything.
1000 to level off.
After takeoff, checklist below the line. After takeoff, checklist below the line.
After takeoff, checklist below the line. Altimeters.
Standard.
Standard set, cross-checked. After takeoff, checklist below the line complete.
Climb and maintain flight level 350. Alright, so we've been cleared to our cruise altitude. Alright, so I think I can go to VNAV now and let that climb in. Now we said 390, I thought it said 390. Back in legs. There we go. This guy for a minute. So, yeah, I got flight level information once I get the hutch. How far is hutch from me? Kermit is about 20 nautical miles out, and hutch is maybe even further. So I'm gonna go ahead and do VNAV and climb on up since we've been cleared. Did I say VNAV? I meant flight level change. And you'll see start to rise here. Center, and I'm not going to be changing from center to center. Yeah. But it is kind of bumpy today. Some flights are just smooth. Let's look at our wing view. At the right wing, left wing, right wing. And I do get wing flex on this aircraft. I don't think we get it. I don't know that we get it on the default, but it's certainly in this one. Got the split winglets on. Listen to the sounds. I got the wing lights on. Speaking of lights, there are some lights that I didn't manage. So let's get those set. Logo lights can go off and wing light can go off. Over stuff here. See how our climb is coming. Happy. What about you guys? this up. So let's take a look at this guy in the iPad. I did set it up. And it's not set up to stream just yet. I think I can fix that. So in these cruises, it's nice to be able to talk to you guys because at this point, while I am yeah, I'm sorry. Let's try to get an iPad back. See where we're going and what we're doing. So this guy right here means it's top of climb. This is 20 nautical miles out. As we slow down for whatever reason, it goes back. Then as we adjust our pitch, it goes back and forth. But yeah, it's about 20 nautical miles out. There's another way I could see what I'm doing. And let me get rid of the iPad and show you something really cool. So all right, so Hutch, I know looks like I'm about 10 miles off, but I can hit this button. So let's go up. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can hit this button right here which says data, and it's telling me that I should reach Hutch at 2201 Zulu. The time now is 2200 Zulu, so I'll be reaching Hutch within the next 60 seconds. I'll be reaching from the point that I'm at. I'll be reaching Kennesaw. I like to call it Kennesaw. It's a place in Georgia called Kennesaw. At 2203. So I got 3 minutes to that waypoint, 4 minutes to this one, and so forth and so on. I can come over here and zoom out a little bit. And Booth is just over 40 nautical miles out. So, and Jackson just popped in. That's 8 minutes out, 2209 minus 2201. So yeah, it's pretty cool how I can use this to see. And that information is available all the way through my destination. I also can turn on my weather radar, which we don't have any weather. And I'm approaching the top of the climb. And I just turn this back to 10 nautical miles, zoom out. And so this is 5 nautical miles, this is 10. So about, I'll soon be 5 nautical miles from my top of the climb. And the aircraft nose is kind of oscillating a little bit,
1000 to level off.
Up and down. So that's why you see it come in quickly and then go out. It's just winds. You know, that's one of the reasons why people say that the X-plane flight model is so good, because the flight model uses real-world winds to determine what the aircraft is going to do, as opposed to looking at the winds and saying historically the aircraft would do this or do that, which is what some of the other sims do. We like X-plane like use what we like to call a predictive model, as opposed to a historical model, so to speak. All right. So, yeah, one of the things that's, and I've said this already, streaming along without you guys being here to engage me is I have to find stuff to talk about. And sometimes that's not a problem. Sometimes it is. And right now I'm talking about stuff. So, you know, that's the way it goes, right? All right, so let's get a outside view. Up, wrong button, hit Control 1, which currently is not the right button. That disabled my female and my autopilot. So let's get that re-engaged, and I'm happy. I wanted to hit Shift 1 to get this view. A slow motion flyby. Awesome. Guys, how do you like that? I love it. Love it. Oh man, isn't that beautiful? You can see the shadows from the clouds on the ground. The terrain is actually, at this point, I think it's default, but at this flight level, it's not bad at all. Let's see, are we going under those clouds? I think we are. No, clouds are way up under us. We're going over them. But from this perspective, the illusion was we were going under them. Yeah. So. Yeah, look like it's pretty stable now. Let's get back in the cockpit and look out the window and try to see what we can see. Yeah, it looks a lot more stable. Okay. So let's see where my top of climb is at. I may be too far out to be able to see it. I'm on the club there it is. I'm at top of descent. This is the point where we're going to start descending, and this is 40 miles, and I think this is 80 miles here, so it's about 60 miles out. Yeah. So at this point, I like to start preparing, and I have to do it early, preparing for my descent, because I'm so slow with this stuff. All right, so I go to Avitab Airport. I know I'm going to Atlanta, and first thing I'm gonna do is dial my ATOS into the radio. Arrival ATOS is 119.65. So let's go ahead and drop that in. 119.65 for the second radio, which is over here. 65. pop that into active, 1965, and I'm gonna disable COM 2 for right now. We never got any radio chatter on COM 1, so I don't know why we're not getting radio chatter, but it is what it is. Let's change our center frequency. Still at Memphis Center. I thought we would get to Atlanta Center by now, the Jacksonville Center. But we're still at Memphis. Yeah. All right. And let's see. Okay. Now, I want the chart for our airport because I want to brief our gate. We planning to land 26, what was it? Let's see, so I'm one of those people who will have to write everything down because as you can see, my memory probably wouldn't let me do this in real life. Well, in real life, I wouldn't have so much to manage. 18 right, I'm sorry, 26 left is what we want. So, airport information. And 26 left is this guy here. So, when we come in, we want to exit to the left. Because a lot of times, once I land, I have no clue where I want to be exit. And let's just say that we'll wait for a gate. Well, we'll find a gate once we get there. We'll assign us a gate once we get there. Okay, the other thing I want to do is brief my arrival and set up my approach. All right, so my arrival, I'm doing the Jedi. No, not the Jedi, the Glavin. I think that was the Evan Queen. I mean, one of the women who was in love with Aragon. Let's see. If any of you guys watched, a fan of J.R.R. Tolkien, you might know what I mean. All right, so 26 left from Shrine track to Hard, then track, then rain. All right, and that's what I want to see. Just to make sure that this is brief. I got my ALOS there, styled in 1965. They're taken care of. Yeah. And we're doing the lorry, not jury, transition, the Uri. So yeah, we're gonna come in and come around here. There's the jury point, and let's see, now we come in jury. They got Uri, jury. We come in jury. So that should line us up with the runway. Okay, 3100, and yeah, okay. So now I need to set my approach. All right, search, set up my approach. Atlanta, back. Back and approach to, we're doing the ILS 26 left, which is this guy here on chart 1111. And our decision height is going to be 2600. So let's go ahead and set that up. precision height, Cat 3 rated. 2600. And this is can be. I'm glad that this aircraft can dial it in really quickly because turning it a bit at a time takes forever. As you can see, turning it down. Barrel 600. All right. And course is 275. So let's go ahead and drop that in. This way. Course to the runway for the ILS is 275. 275. Cheers. Yeah, 275. Cheers. Allow memory. And I'm going to set it up over here because if we wanted to set up an auto land for Cat 3, then it has to be set up on both autopilots. All right, and the frequency for our ILS is 108.7. So go down here to the radio and do 108.7. And wow, my frames have really dropped out here. Yeah, and it happens every time. 0.7. Do it on that Bravo. So 108.7 and 108.7, and I'm happy. All right. And I'm reminded just by looking down there that, let's make sure that we are pretty much set up for our departure before I get too much sidetracked. I think that's pretty much all we need. Oh yeah, we've got one more thing to do. Let's do our performance, set the CDU up. So I'm gonna go here, not there, but here, okay. And home, waiting fuel, landing performance, and 26 left is what I want to find here. All right. And runway condition is dry. What are the winds in Atlanta? I think I'm still too far out to get ATOS. Let's turn it on, see what happens.
Right, 27 left, 28, departed runway is 26 right, 26 left, 27 right. Advise on initial contact you have information for Quebec.
Quebec. Okay.
6 left, 27 right. Advise on initial contact you have information for Quebec.
I don't know what I can do to stop my frames from dropping out so badly and explain. I mean, the frames I'm getting right now are painful. So after I set this up, then I'm gonna pause the sim and take out traffic global. All right, so winds was 290 at 16, gusting to 23. It's that time of year. 290/16. Temperature was 24. Warm. I'm in North Carolina, and in real life it's above 80 today. And the altimeter was 30030.06. And this see how long that's taken. That's a testament of how busy the computer is. That it's too busy to instantly show me what I want to see. I got my rendering too high, and I actually turned down my rendering before I started. I'm actually getting 1.4 frames right now. 1 frame. Can you believe that? Well, 1.5 frames per second. Come on. Drop that in. And now let's stop traffic global, because I know that can eat up frames. And it's got to be something for me, because that's not. It's got to be something for me, because I don't see other people having this problem. All right, so traffic global. I should get a frame count in just a second. Still not seeing a frame count. Still at 1.5 frames. So traffic global is taking up all of this. And it does a really poor job of releasing stuff. And the guy who initially designed it went to work for Laminar. He still consults with Just Flight, who took over Traffic Global, who maybe have always had it. I bought it from the order store when I bought it. Yeah, there's my frame count. And even though it's only saying 1 frame, it will continue to rise over time. So yeah. Uncheck that and give it time to process that. The sim will appear to freeze. And right now I have no control over the sim. The breadcrumb on the iPad shifted, which is something I expected. So you can see the breadcrumb on the iPad here went to my home, because the iPad does use geolocation, and when it can't stop getting the signal from X-Plane, it uses real world signals. And so it knows where I'm at physically. Okay, so I'm waiting on Traffic Global, waiting on the computer to finish doing what it's doing. In fact, this is a good opportunity for me to look at the course. Task manager. And it's funny because, let's see if I can pull that over. I don't think you guys can see that. Shut that down. And yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to see. Oh man, it's taking the computer forever to be able to draw the screen so that you can see X-Plane again. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Traffic Global hasn't released yet. So, right now I'm playing a waiting game with it. And so I'm gonna pause the video, and when I'm back, then hopefully we got a little bit of it ironed out. All right, so let me restart. All right, so now I was back at 30 something frames, and I'm dropping right back down. So let's see, I got an autopilot. So I lost my read now. And did I get to the top of the display? If I did, I missed coming out of 30. Yeah, it's just something down. Yeah, I did. I missed coming out of top of the display. Get it. If I'm not too far behind it, it'll try to capture it. See it, the altitude coming down now, and frames are dropping out. Here am I. See it gapping. I should be at 27, so 5,000 feet too high. It's coming down at 4,000 feet a minute, which in this thin air, hopefully don't feel too badly for the crew and passengers. But what do I know? I'm not a real world pilot. And when I feel the aircraft pitches down heavily, I have no idea what's going on in the cockpit. When I feel the nose go down, whether we descend at 2,000 feet or 200 feet, I just don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I got my resource manager popped out, and oh my God, guys, I need to show y'all this. This is why my CPU is my bottleneck, even though I'm running a i9 14900K processor. All right, look at this. Look at this core here. I mean, it is maxed out. And that's the reason why I'm limited by this core here. So it apparently gets too hot, and so it gets parked for a minute. Shift to this core here. Now this one is going to get maxed out, and core 11. And let's see, I think I got 16 cores on this processor. And then some efficiency cores or kind of ghost-like cores. But even though this core is maxed out, the overall CPU usage is only 20%. You know, you take all these cores and average them out, then the usage become only 20%. That's why when you, let's see, pop this back up, task manager. That's why when you're looking at this guy right here, you can't really go by the percentage usage there. You need to hit this guy right here and go to your resource manager. Wrong button. No, that's the right one. Go to your resource manager, and that's the one that's going to give you a really true picture of what's going on in terms of the CPU usage. Okay, little sidetrack there. And let's see, so I'm only at 27, and I should be at 19 and 4 and 1.5 miles. So I'm gonna go to vertical speed and kinda do a kamikaze dive with these passengers. Of course, to be honest with you, in real life, I've been doing more monitoring, so the chances are I would not have missed my mark so readily. And I am going to have to let this come down until it actually try to get caught up with the CDU. So I'm descending at what, I think I got it set at what, 3,500 feet a minute, which is, hopefully, that's enough to compensate. The other thing I could do is a 360. So let's do that. Yeah, that's actually, I'm gonna go to 2,500. And we'll do a 360. That's actually a lot more comfortable for the crew. We can slow down. So hit this guy here, bring my speed down, and go to heading. Let the head come into view. This is my head here. So we were on the course roughly about 090, somewhere there about. So I know about when I've got a 360 made. So that guy around here. Let her come on down. 2,500 feet a minute. Which the 360 is much better than trying to do the kamikaze dive, which is what I tend to do more often than not. when I miss my approach. With my topic climb. All right, I'm back down to like 3 frames. And other than dumbing down my what do you call it, settings. My graphics are really not out of the ordinary. I mean, they're not that high really for the processor that I have. At least I don't think so. Yeah. But it's the CPU, so I would change some stuff. I'm just afraid that if I do at this point, the sim will crash. I've had that happen before. So, since the sim is running slower, what I could do is have it run faster. And it's running about, I would say about 4 times slower than it should. So we'll speed it up 4 times.
Approaching transition.
Am I still in head?
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
Seem to not have liked that. And I'm probably about 20 minutes out from landing. Go ahead and make PA announcement.
Have started our descent. I have turned the seatbelt sign back on. I'd like to ask you to please return to your seats. Buckle up for the short duration of the flight.
Seatbelts on.
Seatbelts on.
All right, so let's get the head, bring the head back on the wrap. Somewhere about 9. Oh, should get us close to what we want. We're at 150 now, and we should be at 1025. And I don't see an A, so I don't know if it won't be at 1025. You know, within 600 feet. 300 on each side. Really and truthfully, they want you to hit it on the nose. Alright. Bring it on the ground. Why am I not seeing my vertical speed? Check it out just a tad. Head bug on back around. And that should put us roughly back on, back where we need to be. Altimeter, 30. Let's get this guy set. And let's go back to LNAV Kermit here. Recompute our path. All right. Fly back in the wrong direction, which is exactly what they're doing. Fly around, what's that, about 30 miles? Actually, no. Okay. No. Currently, and then Kibby, and then Jerry. Yeah, so I should be doing okay.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on.
Light switches are on. Atlanta tend to be a frame-heavy airport by itself. So with the clouds in Atlanta, I'd be lucky to get in at 2 frames a second. Now, this guy means something. I'm not sure what it means. I found that out. See, that's one of the reasons why I keep flying this plane, because one of the reasons I fly so many different planes is because I enjoy learning the systems on these different planes. And this plane has so many different systems, so it's so much to learn on it is, one of the reasons why I tend to fly it over and over. Okay, so drag required. It's right there at the bottom of my CDU. So I'm gonna arm the speed brake. And actually, I think it don't need it anymore. Okay. Let's see, where are we? What's going on with ourselves? This is us, and this is, so we're flying this path here on around. This is Kiwi, and Kiwi, we need to, we're gonna bypass Kiwi and go straight to Jeremy. Something like that. Barking. But anyway, we see our path here. And another thing that I can, I'll tell you something else I need to set up. I need to set my fixes up. Because I tend to use that to help manage my, until I know better, I tend to use it to help manage my, what am I trying to say? I get it out. My flap settings. All right, so when I say fixes, okay, so I'm gonna use the mouse here. Fix, and I make ATL. The ATL, that's what they call it in Atlanta. All right, and then my first fix to show me a ring 15 nautical miles around the airport. I want a 10. I have to do slash first. Here. I want a 10 nautical mile ring around the airport and a 5 nautical mile ring around the airport. Okay, and this right here is a beam, the airport, but since I got 5, then the beam counts out to 5. All right, so yeah. All right, so let's start dropping some flaps in. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
start slowing up.
Flaps 1 set.
Okay. Drag required. So speed brakes in. Now there have been cases where people have had to use landing gear to create drag
1000 to level off.
and then add landing gear back. Bring this on down. All right. So I've got my ILS information set up. And flaps 5.
Hello Cap.
Hello, Linda. Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps up.
I didn't say flaps up. I don't know why she's having such a hard time hearing me today.
Flaps up set.
Flaps 2, 3, 5. No, flaps 5. So far, I'm looking good. Happy with my descent rate. Take drag out. And let's get some engine information on the display. Should have had that up the whole time. All right. Flaps 10. Thunder, come on now. Flaps 10.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
As much as I've flown with her, this is honestly the first time I've had this much trouble with her understanding me. So maybe it's because I'm running OSB, and that means that the computer is actually doing double duty because it's drawing 2 streams, one for what I'm seeing, one for the video, and it's trying to write that information out at the same time. That may be in part why my frames were dropping out. I'm up to 30 and 40 frames right now, so I'm, happy about that. All right, but when I get back into this mist, it probably will drop out again. All right. VNAV, RNAV, FMA speed, LNAV, VNAV path. Flaps 15.
Speed checked. Flaps 15.
And I didn't do my landing, I didn't do my performance calculation. I didn't finish it. Let's see what's over here. And we got 135. auto brake is going to be set to 3. Let's set that now. Actually 2. Let's set the auto brake now. And so we got 150 for our VREF. So it's good to set, get that in. Flaps 30. Gear down.
Gear down.
/1 5 set. This is my 15-mile ring agreement. This is the 10-mile fix that I set up. So probably about 11 or 12 miles off from the airport. Hasn't picked up an ILS signal yet. I think this will show ILS sees that signal, and let me go ahead and touch my approach button. Flaps 25.
Speed checked. Flaps 25.
So let's do approach. And that's on both sides. And she should find the glasses. And in fact, she already caught it. Yep, so we good. Category 3 landing. Flaps 30.
Speed checked. Flaps 30. Ready for landing checklist.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Continuous. Speed brake.
Approaching decision height.
Only cat
Armed.
3.
Landing gear.
Down.
Minimum. Down. Flaps. Cabin
30.
crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Flaps 30.
Set for landing. Landing checklist complete.
Only cat 3.
ILS frequency set.
Alright, here we go, guys. Lights are on. And go ahead and turn the taxi lights on. Taxi light on.
Taxi lights on.
Check the seatbelt signs on. Alright, start cockpit. Check this out. Cat landing 3. That's signal for auto land. Let's see if it'll auto land.
1000 to level off.
Minimums are going to kick in, but let's see. Just ready for a go around the auto land. It's close.
500. Cleared to land runway 26 left.
50, 30, 10.
There's my flare.
Speed brake up.
All right. I love it.
Auto brake in use. Reverse unlocked.
Say turn to the left. To the left. To
60
the right.
knots.
To the right.
Yet. Great landing. You are professional.
Well, I didn't land. I did not do that. But, hey, I set the computer up, so I'll take the credit, right? If I should. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
So she'll get my flaps off and all of that good stuff. All right. Still to the left. Still to the right.
After landing procedure complete.
Start APU.
Okay, starting APU. Waiting for APU start.
Alright, so I need to set something so far back. I need to look at the taxi diagram. And,
Flaps upset.
there we go. So, if I take B3, that's going to put me on the runway. So I need to go up to Charlie. So, and cross. Trying to flight directives off. Yeah, more. And remember what I said about the yellow brick road? I need to stay on the center of it so so I don't hit a pole or anything that I might not see. Of course, in the sim, there's no problem, but I know I'm never gonna fly a 737 in real life. I'm too old to even think about that. In fact, I'm winding down my career as opposed to trying to generate one. So, but I still, for the sake of immersion, I still like to try to do the real world type stuff, even following the yellow brick road. Now, sometimes you'll see me with so many distractions that I'll be all over here and all over there, or I'll be trying to look at it from the outside and be all off the yellow brick road. So yeah. All right, we're gonna take Charlie here. This should be Charlie. One of them should be Charlie. Yeah, that's Charlie coming up. I'm on Bravo. Cross on Charlie. And we'll hold short. And I didn't even go to the tower frequency for Atlanta. close to it really easily. All right, clear left and clear right. I actually turned off traffic global. I'm gonna turn it back on. Why? I don't want to get to the airport and be the only one there. Now pick up radio channel. Let's see. Let's see if we get ATIS. Oh yeah, we did get ATIS, didn't we? Okay, so I paused the sim. I paused the recording, and it's been like 7-8 minutes, and Traffic Global has not loaded up. So I think we can call it, guys. Time of death, 7:11 p.m. And that's what I get for being overconfident. I just heard the sound drop out, so that's definitely the sound of X-plane crashing. Yeah. And I was so looking forward, and now I got the official notification that X-plane has crashed. And I can let it sit here all night, and it will not come back. Well, I've never tried that. But I'm so disappointed because I wanted to take you guys up to the gate and let you guys see my first officer start my APU up, because I was going to start that up as soon as I crossed the taxiway and shut the plane down, let the passengers deboard and all of that good stuff. But it is what it is. All right, guys. What can I say? Or what do I want to say? I hope you enjoyed this flight. We've already called it, so officially it's dead. And is there anything that I want to tell you that I have forgotten? Oh yeah. One thing I did want to say, and I know most of you guys probably want to hear this because most of you guys are not going to watch this whole video, but I wasn't able to stick to my 2 videos per week plan just yet. I got some family stuff to deal with. My daughter just had twins. So yeah, I'm a proud grandfather. And so I'll be away during a lot of the time, taking care of the twins, working and, doing stuff. And that's not going to leave a lot of time for streaming. So yeah, I won't be taking care of the twins. I'll be taking care of the toddler while she and her husband work and she takes care of the twins and her husband work. Anyway, you get the picture. I won't be able to stream. But I am gonna try to do the streams on Sunday. Or if not Sunday, I'm thinking about moving that date to maybe Monday. And today, when I started the stream, I saw a lot of the people who I am familiar with streaming. And quite frankly, I like watching their streams. Since I do, I figure sometimes you do too. And I'm not at that caliber yet where I've got the polish on my streams, nor the audience participation. So until I get there, then I'm gonna look for other types of streams. So I'm thinking maybe on Mondays, and I'm not sure what time yet, but figuring this out, guys, is a work in progress. I do want to say that if you have watched this video and if you have not subscribed, please do. I'm trying to grow this channel. It's a relatively old channel with just a few subscribers. So yeah, subscribe. Show me some love, guys. And until next time.
Y'all come back now. Yeah.